So this year started out rocky, but once I learned how to approach this class, it got a lot better. I still struggled, but I eventually learned what to do when I was struggling. Whether or not I pass the AP Physics test, I feel much more prepared for a college physics class. I at least have a foundational knowledge of basic physics concepts now, and I believe that I'll have an easier time catching on next time I'm in a physics class. What would I do the same? I would ask lots of questions and spend the whole last month of class in McChesney's room getting more one-on-one help. What would I do differently? I would talk to McChesney about what I was struggling with sooner. I was not learning the way McChesney was teaching, so I was really struggling to know if I was doing things completely right or completely wrong with the way that he was teaching. So this kept me from being able to figure out if I was doing something wrong, what I was doing wrong, and then I wasn't able to figure out how to fix it and make it right. So I spent at least a quarter and a half frustrated and upset because I had no idea where I was at with the material being taught. I stayed after class one day and I explained what was going on, how I was feeling, what I was struggling with, then suggested ways that I might be able to better learn in the class. And that day, McChesney started making changes. And most of them weren't huge curriculum or teaching changes, but they were the few things that I needed to understand the material better. This was really the turning point in my physics experience. I was finally able to self-assess my knowledge and then get help when I needed it. So what message would I pass on to next year's class to help me be more successful? Don't be afraid to talk to Mr. McChesney. If you're struggling with someone, let him know. If you have questions, ask. If he answers your question but you're still confused, let him know. Your learning and growth is important, so make sure you're learning and growing. Get help. Watch videos. If flipping physics isn't the videos for you, there's other people on the internet that teach physics, so find a video that works for you. Stay after school if you need to. And as much as they suck, do the tippers. The tippers are important, and they will help you. Also, make sure you're sleeping. Your physical health is as important as your mental health, and they are tied very closely to each other. Running through lots and lots of multiple choice and extended response questions from real tests was, I think, the most helpful. Knowing what AP wanted from me with their certain question wording was nice so that when I was on the test, I could read the question, see that trigger word, and know exactly what AP wanted from me. I also liked 5 Steps to 5. I preferred the hardback book rather than the online, but everybody's different. I like being able to highlight things and write in the margins and have my work for the problems right there next to the problems. What would I have done differently to prepare for the exam? I wish I did more drill problems so I was faster on the things that I wasn't sure on. Multiple choice definitely killed me on the actual test because I just couldn't do things fast enough. I also think if I would have taken Calc BC or taken any calc the year I took the test would have been helpful. I've forgotten a lot in the past year. I also think it might have been helpful if I had taken Physics C before I took the AP Physics C test. Take time to figure out what works best for you, and then do that. We all learn differently, so what works for me might not work for you. Try lots of things to figure out what your thing is, and then do that. I also suggest trying. No matter what your thing is, or what you're doing in the class, at least try. Effort is the key to a lot of things in life and will help you tremendously in physics. Take time to figure out what works for best. Okay, we're gonna start over. Whether or not I pass AP Physics tests, we're just gonna